Vrindavan Dham. Okay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. So we left off a minute ago that Mahaprabhu is humbly begging his host, Jagadananda Pandit, enough. Aur kuch nahi chahiye. Akantapuriya. I am up to my neck full. Tabe Mahaprabhu ti Kaila Achaman Pandit Anila Mukha Vasamalya Chandan. I think actually I read this yesterday. Anyway, let's read it again. Accepting the sandalwood pulp and garland, the Lord sat down and said, "Now in front of me you must eat." Oh yeah, we read this actually. He said, "You eat, my Lord, you go take rest. I shall take prasadam after finish some arrangements." And then, so then Govinda is massaging his feet. Jagadananda Pandit distributes the Lord's remnants to his helpers who made the feast. Ramai Pandit, Nandai, Govinda, and Raghunath Bhatta. Then Jagadananda personally ate the remnants of Mahaprabhu. And then the Lord again sent Govinda. And he asked, Deka Jagadananda Prasad Pai Ki Na Lapai. Shigrashi Samachar Kahibe Amai. The Lord told his servant Govinda Das, "Go and see whether Jagadananda Pandit is eating, then quickly return to tell me." Govindasi Deki Kahila Pandit Tera Bojan Tabe Mahaprabhu Swastye Karila Shayan. Seeing that Jagadananda Pandit was indeed eating, Govinda informed Lord, who then became peaceful and went to sleep. So although the Lord ate so much, and when you eat so much and so much prasad, you have to sleep. There's no question of any other activity, because every ounce of your energy has to go to your stomach to digest the enormous, humongous amount of prasadam you have just engulfed and eaten. So left side duty is absolutely necessary. So Lord Chaitanya was about to do that, but he's so much karunamai, that first he wants to see that his Jagadananda Pandit has eaten, because he could have he's the guest, he could have just eaten, gone to the bedroom, he was shown the bed, lay down and assume he would eat. But just to make sure, because he knew, Mahaprabhu knew, that if Jagadananda Pandit takes his remnants, then all his problems will be solved. Just like if anyone gets the prasad of the Lord, all his problems are solved. You have so many problems. If somebody puts, "Oh, you're complaining this, that, and the other thing," and someone comes, "Oh, Prabhu, I just came from Jagannath Puri. I have a whole big basket of all kinds of Jagannath Mahaprasadam." Then you'll forget all your problems and all your arguments and difficulties and just sit down and have a wonderful feast of Jagannath Mahaprasadam. And then when you take that Jagannath Mahaprasadam, you'll be transported to the spiritual world. And in the spiritual world, it's called Vaikuntha. And there's no anxiety, and there's no problems, and there's no anger, and there's no difficulties. So that's the power of Mahaprasad. It's a great solution to all difficulties. So Lord Chaitanya understood that. So he said, Govinda, make sure, has he eaten? Because if he eats, he'll cool down, he'll feel good, he'll relax. Jaganande Prabhute Prema Chale E Mate Satyabhama Krishna Jaiche Shuni Bhagavate. The affectionate loving dealings, Prema Chale, going on between Jagadananda and Mahaprabhu, continued in this manner in their Prema Taranga Leelas, exactly like the exchanges of Satyabhama and Krishna in the Bhagavatam and Dwarka Leela, which I was already alluding to in some of my previous descriptions of this pastime. Because I was mentioning in an earlier class, you change the body but not your bhav. Your bhav is what goes with you. Your body changes. Yam yam vapi smran bhavan. So, Mahaprabhu and Krishna came as Mahaprabhu and Satyabhama came as Jagadananda. So this is their other form, their other divine It's not exactly like us changing bodies, that's their eternal transcendental form. But they have the same mood of love, the same bhav, the same rati, the same sthai rati of love, madhura rati. Then we get a blessing from hearing all this, difficult that it may have been. Jaganandera prema vivarta shune jay jana premera sarupe jane paya premadan. Anyone who hears about the loving exchanges between Jagadananda Pandit and Mahaprabhu, or anyone who reads Jagadananda's book, Prema Vivarta, can understand what love is. Moreover, he achieves ecstatic love for Krishna. This is a little bit of, this is called this translation is mixing a purport with the translation, which the author is choosing to do. Because the actual translation, which Krishnadas Kaviraj wrote, Jaganandera prema vivart shune jejana premera sarupa jane paya premadan. What is the verse is saying is that if you listen, shune, if you hear this lila, these extraordinary transformations, vivart, unbelievable, inconceivable, deep transformations in the loving dealings between Jagadananda and Mahaprabhu, this is the very form of prema. The form of their prema, the prema sarup jane. If you know this prema, if you understand and know something, it's very inconceivable, understand this prema vivart. Because this same concept came up much earlier in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the dealings with, in the what's called Ramananda Samvag, in chapter 8. Madhya Lila chapter 8, Chaitanya Charitamritam, where Ramananda Roy and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were having discussion, and Lord Chaitanya is asking Ramananda Roy to explain about prem, the different levels and degrees of prem. So he describes a pastime, or begins to describe a pastime, how Radha and Krishna become totally bewildered upon seeing each other during one avisar, or meeting, and mistaking each other's identity and becoming completely confused due to the overwhelming intensity of their attraction and loving affection. So that was that. They were transformed, that's called vivart. So that at that point, Ramananda Roy was saying, I want to explain some high level of love called prem vivart. And when he said that, then Lord Chaitanya put his hand on his mouth. He said, no, that's enough. You've reached the prem simha. The prem simha. You've reached the limits of prem. Don't speak more. It's too confidential, it's too intimate. That's prem vivart. Madhya Lila chapter 8. And here, this is Antya Lila chapter 12. Again, there was Rai Ramananda. Who is Rai Ramananda? Vishaka Sakhi. And Mahaprabhu is in Radha Bhav, Radha's Mahabhav. So there, Radharani and Vishaka are talking about Krishna and about the amazing transformations that Krishna brings about in the heart of Radharani, and Radharani causes in the heart and mind of Krishna, which is avivart, prem vivart. So then Radharani says, okay, Vishaka, don't tell any more to the world. Let them realize by their own bhajan. Let them realize by their own bhava bhajan and prema bhajan what are the nuances and depths and different aspects of prem vivart between me and my priyatam. Speak no more. So now that's because they have a Madhura Rati relationship. Vishaka and Radharani, they're both in Madhura Rati. They're in Sakhi Bhav, but they're in Madhura Rati. They're both in conjugal love with Krishna. And they love each other very dearly. So now it's again Madhurya Rati, but here it's not Parakiya Bhav. The Parakiya Vishaka, Rai Ramananda Vishaka, her relationship with Radharani and with Krishna is Parakiya Bhav, Madhura Rati. This is called Utpatti Bhav, it's additional besides the husband. Paramar love. But Jagadananda Pandit, he has Swakya Rati. He has, because he is she, and she is Satyabhama. And Satyabhama is lawfully married to Krishna in Dwarka. So therefore their relationship of Jagadananda and Mahaprabhu is Madhura Rati, conjugal love, because they are in conjugal love in Krishna Lila. So Vishaka and Radharani, they share the conjugal love of Madhura Rati and taste and relish it in association with Krishna, and they nourish each other's Madhura Rati in relationship to Krishna. Radharani also assists Vishaka in meeting Krishna and inviting Krishna to meet her and having her relish the Madhura Rati, romantic pastimes of Krishna. So these two, that's why you see surfacing in two places in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, this concept or this level of Prem Vaivart, in Madhya Lila and Antya Lila. Only with Vishaka in Madhya Lila and only with Jagadananda. That's a very sweet revelation. And that's all the verse says. And then in the commentary is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur and repeated and printed by his son, Bhaktisiddhanta, and was translated in English by Bhaktivedanta, Srila Prabhupada. So in the commentary, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has published a book which is called Prem Vaivart. And he attributes that book to Jagadananda Pandit. He says the book is by him. But in the modern world of scholars and Gaudiya Vaishnavas, there's not a full agreement of that, because there are many books which explain the origin of the ancient books, Gaudiya Vaishnava, Abhidhan, and other books, and no scholars or research scholars or people that collect and have ancient copies of Sanskrit and Bengali books of the Gaudiya lineage, they don't seem to concur and say that they have ever seen or found a book named Brahma Vivart by Jagadananda. Although it's published, and it's only published by the Gaudiya Math, and of course ISKCON we have also. It's a very beautiful book, no doubt, but it may very well be written in a Spurti or in Samadhi by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. His name, he's written it, he's revealed it, he discovered it, whatever it may be, but there's no consensus in the Gaudiya Sampradaya that this book is actually written by Jagadananda. Only the Gaudiya Math and ISKCON say that. So it's a great book. I've read it and quoted from it, and has nice things in it. So the verse itself, Krishnadas Kaviraj, doesn't say in the verse that one should read this book. And he doesn't say in the verse that Jagadananda Pandit wrote such a verse. But in the commentary by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who printed the book, he's putting in the verse, so then Prabhupada is also following suit in Parampara. So I just want to clarify that point, that this is a wonderful, because the story we read, just hearing this story, what we care about is the benefit, the Shruti fal. If you hear this story, then what do you get? It says, Pai Premadan. Pai means you receive, you get. Brahmanda Brahmate Kon, Guru Bhagavan Kon, Guru Krishna Prasadi, Pai Bhakti Ladavij. You get, you receive. So this word Pai in Bengali means you receive or you get. It doesn't mean you have and you manifest what you have. It means you get from someone, Guru and Krishna. Bhakti. So in this case, you hear this pastime and you get the wealth of prema. Ecstatic love of Krishna. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pada Jara Asha Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishna Dasha. Praying at the lotus feet of Rupa and Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. So this is the conclusion of part 3 and the second story and the Gauranga Jagadananda Premataranga Leelas, the waves of love, part 3. And he's praying for the Sri Rupa Raghunatha Pad, Asha. Asha means expectation, Asha, Asha Bandha. Hope against hope, that somewhere, somehow, from someone, we will get mercy. And if we get mercy, then we get perfection. And there's one verse I saw the other day, as I mentioned a few times. Krishna's Kaviraj is saying, Sadhu, he said, Sadhu Kripa Nam Sankirtan Prem Pai. He said, one can receive and attain prema by two things, by the mercy of the saints and by the holy name of the Lord together. So everyone's chanting japa, everyone's chanting kirtan, but not everyone's getting mercy of sadhus. Or at least they're getting some, otherwise we wouldn't exist in any position at all as devotees. So our Guru is giving us mercy, but we always need more and more. And that's what we always ask for whenever we meet devotees. Kripa karo, kripa karo. Please give mercy. And then we discuss, what is mercy? What does it mean? What is mercy? Is it something someone keeps in a box like a diamond necklace? Someone says, give me a diamond necklace. You open your treasure box and your jewelry box, here. Give me mercy. Oh, wait a minute. Where's my mercy box? Okay, here's a box of mercy. Is mercy a plate of halava? Yes. No, but that's also mercy. It's prasad. It's grief. So what does it mean when we beg sadhus for mercy? And I already told, it means we get shiksha. If they give us shiksha or instructions or agya, and we carry out the instructions or follow the order, then we'll understand what is mercy. Because mercy brings Krishna, and experiencing Krishna brings vigyan, realization. And realization promotes advancement, and advancement increases one's attachment. And attached one deepens one's love. As one's love deepens, one moves faster and faster on a devotional path. So mercy is the essential element to progress and go further in bhakti. Because when you go to saints and you ask them for mercy, they say, are you ready? Are you ready for the mercy? They may chastise you like anything if you open yourself up, or they may give you instruction that you'll spend the rest of your life trying to follow. So you have to be ready to receive the mercy. And so he's saying, Asha, this is my hope, this is my desire for the feet of Raghunath and the feet of Rupa. Here and there and everywhere and all times. Here as a sadhaka in my sadhaka roop, I want the feet of Raghunath on my head and a Shupa Mantri Pada, say Mora Sampad. Mora Sampad, my wealth. What is my wealth? At least I wish it was, and I hope it will be. My wealth is Shri Rupa Mandri Pad. That's what he's saying, Asha, Asha. My hope, my expectation, my hope is to attain the great fortune, the great treasure, the great wealth, sampati, sampati, Mora Sampati. My aspiration, my asha, my hope, my prayer, my need, my desire, my want, my absolute necessity is to attain the mercy of the lotus feet of Rupa Mandri and Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami Pad, and then, of course, Tulsi Mandri. So now we're going to